I know we've only known each other for 4 weeks and 3 days, but to me, it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days. The first day seemed like a week, and the second day seemed like 5 days, and the third day seemed like a week again, and the fourth day seemed like 8 days. But the fifth day, you went to see your mother, and that seemed just like a day. But then you came back, and then later, on the sixth day in the evening, when we saw each other, that started seeming like 2 days. So in the evening, it seemed like 2 days spilling over into the next day, and that started seeming like 4 days. So at the end of the sixth day, on into the seventh day, it seemed like a total of 5 days. And the sixth day seemed like a week and a half.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Oh, happy Monday morning to you all. Welcome to the IRONWORX. I was not ready for this Monday. I needed about 4 more days on my weekend. But good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
I guess 2 days
Yeah,
than you.
so this morning. I just didn't want to get up this morning. I don't know what it was. Got to bed early, all that kind of stuff. Just woke up, I was just like,
Sorry, I'm trying to type and it wouldn't type. See why. But yeah, I am definitely here. It's Monday. It's Monday.
Oh, yeah.
It was all right last night, in spite of Claire's insistence that she get in there with us. We've kind of sort of trained her now to where she'll go in there with Michelle when Michelle lays down, which is, earlier than I usually do. And she'll go in there and they'll hang out and Michelle will watch her phone for a little while before she falls asleep. And then when I go in there, I lay down and snuggle and get the cat time and all that. But when she gets tired of laying on my chest and starts like grooming herself on the end of the bed or trying to get between Michelle and I, which doesn't work really well, that's when I decide it's time for her to go out. But last night, upon getting her out for her nightly go away and let me sleep, she just wasn't having it. She laid on the bed under the door, meowed, meowed, meowed. So I finally let her in, probably about 4 hours ago, I guess, at this point. I was tired of hearing it. But I guess maybe it's the lack of sleep. I'm probably delirious. Yes, Justin, I am feeling okay. I have not had a bad MG day in a few weeks now. I've, been trying to keep an even keel going on things as far as not overdoing it. That's really the trick here, is just not overdo it, especially when it's this hot, because it has been murderously hot here in South Louisiana. We've had a few pre-rain days where it'll cool off a bit and then it'll rain and then heat right back up. So it's been pretty murderously hot here. But I've been doing good and keeping cool and
taking it easy at the gym, just trying to spend my energy correctly and wisely. In fact, Saturday, we were planning on taking the granddaughters out to go eat and do some games or video arcade or whatever we could come up with. And I was getting ready to go to the gym the afternoon before we were going to do that. Michelle's like, "Are you sure that's a great idea? Just because it's your routine to do this at this time on Saturday, don't necessarily do it just for that. You'll probably regret it later." And I would have if I had done it, because the grandkids wear you out. Yeah, doing good. Thank you for asking. How you doing, Zachary?
Not too bad.
Work still pleasant enough?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to be there early today. I don't know, frustrated because I got to drive southwest of here to go meet the guy, to then jump in a truck, and it's like a half hour southwest, to jump in a truck and then drive past the house and about a half hour to the northeast of that. So then driving home, I'm going to drive past my house for about a half hour and then have to jump in my car and turn around and drive a half hour back home. So it's just kind of frustrating.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, why are we meeting at the op center there when we're working way over here and there's an op center right here, or I could just meet you in Gaffney, like at the job site? I'm not going to argue, though. I'm just jump in the truck. So yeah, that's what's been going through my head this morning.
Yeah, that's
How about you?
definitely frustrating.
How about me?
Yeah, it is.
It's been quiet around here.
Yeah, how about you?
Ain't done shit, ain't got shit planned, ain't gonna do shit. No, it's been real quiet around here. Not too hot, not rainy, just there. Dixie's gonna go pick up a new car today. She tried that online, what do you call it? The service.
No.
The Carvana. That's what it is.
No, you never buy a car without test driving it first.
And they won't even allow it.
That's crazy to me, dude.
They won't finalize the sale.
It has nothing to do with like the motor or anything like that. I'm not talking about kicking tires. I'm talking about I've sat in cars and was like, ew, I would hate to drive this thing all the time. Some of them are like spaceships that wrap around you a little bit. Some of them, I'd like to sit in the vehicle just to get a feel for it before I buy it. That's just me, though.
And they won't finalize that sale until you test drive. Because it is, I think, they like started it out as like a vending machine almost, I think. You go up and you put your money in and you outspits a car. And I think they've transferred more to an online. They have brick and mortars that you can actually go to. So unless you pay for the extra delivery where they just deliver it to your front door for the test drive, then you just go to the brick and mortar where it's been delivered, and then you test drive it there, and then you go in and finalize the sale. But like everything else is already done. All you got to do is go in there, test drive it, sign it, and go home. It's not like another 4-hour process like it might be at a car lot or something where you're getting financed and you're getting all that shit done. It's just come in, test drive, sign, and leave. Sign and drive, as they like to say. So that's the thing. So we'll be doing that this afternoon, probably when I get home from work.
What kind of vehicle? What kind of vehicle?
It is a Buick Envision. something like that. It's a little Buick
Dang.
SUV.
Going to Buick.
So now this is a secondary vehicle or a replacement for your flat Earth vehicle?
It is a replacement for her Honda, her little Honda that she's going to finally get rid of.
So secondary, basically.
Well, her primary.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, y'all have two cars, not just the
Yes.
one. I couldn't remember. I was trying to think how many cars did I remember seeing there, but yeah, you know.
There's
That's
four sitting in my driveway right now, soon to be 5. So there's the thing. My son's got 2. Dixie will have 2, and I'll have the 1. And I'm still up in the air as to whether or not I want to trade it in. I'd have to run some numbers and see just how high my insurance is going to go were I to purchase a truck. Just what that difference would be.
Right.
You ever get that feeling like you forgot something before you
Yeah.
even leave?
Girl.
Oh, yeah. Consistently.
What is it? I know there's something.
Getting older. That's what it is. In fact, I was just reading a story this morning about getting older. Where did I put my phone? Because I know I didn't share it. I was distracted by kitties this morning. Oh,
And the
I left
kicker
my
is
phone
that it's
in the other
raining.
room. Oh, that's great.
I'm going to drive all this way. I have a feeling they're
We're
going to be
not-
like, oh, yeah, job canceled. You're on call. So, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I think that's why I'm so annoyed. Because I got up and I heard the rain. I was like, dude, I'm going to drive a half hour this way. We're going to drive an hour over there. And then they're going to say, oh, job's canceled. I'm going to drive an hour back and then a half hour home. I mean, we get paid 2 hours when they cancel a job. That's not horrible. I'd rather have the whole day's work. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Well, we know you got your phone.
Got my boots on. Got my glasses. No, I think I'm good. We'll find out.
There you go. Checklist by the door. Chelmsford Deluxe. Yeah.
I'd forget to include something on the checklist or which door I
Boy,
put
yeah.
it by. I'd never get it right. It's gotten to be at least once a month. I forget my phone either at home when I leave in the morning or at work when I come home and leave it in the drawer of my workbench. And there it sits. And it really has made me want to just get a home phone and throw that fucking cell phone in the trash. Like every little bit of control that's going to be coming down. All right, not every little bit, but a big majority of it's probably going to be coming through that cell phone. And the insistence that, well, everybody's got a cell phone, so you just do it with your cell phone. I just want to throw it away. Unless you legislate some sort of action that requires me to carry a cell phone, y'all can.
We're saying that shit out loud.
Better be getting their Trump phone. Trump phone and $1,000 check. Congratulations.
Start that, did he?
No, not yet. I'm just waiting for them to mandate cell phone use, require every adult American to own, possess, and carry with them at all times a cellular device.
Keep saying it out loud. They're gonna do it. Just say it. I could be wrong.
Regina, I think that's you buffering. I look okay on my end, surprisingly. It was touch and go last night. It was flipping off. I just thought, do I cancel now? Or do I just run the risk? Play it by ear. We'll cut it close and see what it's doing in the morning. So that's what I did, and so far so good. So hopefully it's just you. Yep, this is a Monday morning for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, it is.
I've gotten about 3/4 of my coffee in my brain, and my brain is going, yeah, okay. That's not working this morning. That's fine. I'm not gonna. I've stopped doing the second cup. I've stopped. I've been down to one now. When I say a cup, it is a 20-ounce cold coffee, so I guess that doesn't count. It's just a cup, but I only do one now, not two, like I used to do.
Yeah, I just put a straw in the carafe. Be like, look, it's a cup.
It's a cup. Well, this, like I said, I know it's 20 ounces. I see right now here somewhere. Actually, it's more like 20. Yeah, 20. I don't really go that past that line. So sometimes I do that. Sometimes I make it a 22.
Yeah, I've been doing better on my coffee as well. Like everything in the morning. Been just trying to play it straight first thing in the morning. Maybe not
about all that.
Exercise my lungs every waking minute of the day. Perhaps it'd be a good idea to let them rest on occasion.
Yeah, maybe.
More than just because I'm sleeping.
Right.
Or in between puffs.
Well, I know having altered my smoking habits has done some good in definite positive directions. As far as the coffee, it's definitely one of those things where I didn't grow up a coffee drinker. You know, I really didn't start drinking coffee until Michelle and I were together, which was, post mid to late 90s. So I just never drank it growing up, never wanted it, never had the, what they call it, coffee milk thing that some kids get when they are growing up, that their parents give them, that gets them addicted to coffee early. I never did that. I just never liked the smell, never liked the taste. When I did try it, one time I tried it, and hot liquid's not my thing, so it just never worked out for me. I didn't get into coffee until I was in my 30s, probably. Maybe even my 40s. I don't. Then came flat earth. And you pretty much need coffee to deal with that shit. Damn.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right.
I can remember all the early days when I was there in Oregon and we were planning this thing, trying to figure it all out. And they had varieties of cold coffee that I could just go drive and grab one. It was so nice to not have to make it. They would make it really strong, and it was really tasty. Now it's just not the treat it used to be. Michelle will stop and get something from one of the local drive-through, which we've got a lot more now than we did. There definitely is a variety, but it just doesn't do it. It's not a treat. It's just not like, I'd rather do a fruit smoothie or something else. I'm just not. Coffee's not a treat. Coffee's got to get me up in the morning now. It's functional, not recreational. Is that better? Okay.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good.
What's up, Andrew?
Hello.
Morning, NDB.
So I used to drink, when I got out of the service, I was not used to that type of lifestyle. So what I resorted to was massive amounts of Red Bull, which was very, very bad for me. Probably fucked me up in more ways than I even know.
Yeah.
And then it was Red Bull and Coca-Cola, stuff like that. And then
That's even
I
worse.
realized, I started realizing that if I didn't have it for like 24 hours, I would have like caffeine withdrawals. Same thing that people go through with like alcohol and heroin. And it is very, very similar. I would get the shakes, the jitters, and then from there, I would start getting like really bad migraines or headaches, if you want to call it that. And what I found out is that what you can do is what that's doing to people's system is it's causing a vitamin deficiency. So I have this really awesome, tasty multivitamin blend that you just mix it with water or juice or whatever else. And you drink that. And it takes about 2 hours for it to kick in. And it doesn't give you energy. It just makes you not tired. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say.
No, it makes absolute sense. That's kind of how Kratom works for me. Kratom, unless I take a white blend of Kratom, that's the ones that are more upbeat and more jittery and more all that weird feeling you get from early days of coffee. Yeah, it's if you do the green and the reds or the blends or whatever, you definitely can get that energy without being shaky or wired or whatever, like the energy drinks or like the coffee does you. Or it does it for me. I know some people take a whole lot more, and that definitely affects it.
Well, that's actually good to hear because it's so weird. It's synchronicity. Just yesterday, I had a Discord friend. She messaged me saying that she is not able to, I guess, Louisiana, that's where she lives.
Yes, sir.
And she said that Kratom is no longer allowed to be sold or shipped to that state. And
That's what they tell me.
Her and her husband, she's in grad school working towards a PhD, and he's in medical school. And they were both like, it's addictive, but she's trying to replace her father has neuropathy, which I guess is just some sort of like something really painful. I don't know exactly what it is. And
it can be a different variety of things. Actually, you can have it. Most people who experience it or have some type of other thing that's causing it, if you will, I guess, like diabetes and things like that. But you can actually have non-diabetes neuropathy. That's what my mother was actually going through. That can be based on probably knowing what's going on with me and the myasthenia gravis and the family history and all that. It was probably some type of autoimmune thing that she was suffering under. Probably could have been myasthenia related that just never got diagnosed. I mean, there are people who go 12, 15 years without realizing they have myasthenia gravis.
Yeah, and the reason she hit me up is because she wants to get her father off of the multitude of all of these pain medications that he's being given for this stuff. And I was like, are you sure you want to do that? Because I heard this is like gas station heroin and it's like super addictive. And she said,
all right, that is misinformation. It is just like anything else. If a person is addictive, they're going to be addictive, no matter what substance that addiction brings out in them. Addictive personality, addictive type A person, whatever personality, is not regulated by the substance they have access to. You cannot mandate nor legislate addiction in people. All you can do is get those people the fucking help they need. But mature, responsible adults who have decided to take their own health care into their own fucking personal hands and use a substance that's been used for thousands of fucking years in the Asian countries to help infants with diarrhea all the way up to elderly people with pain with no ill effects, no addiction culture, nothing like that. The plant is a plant that's a family thing. It's a tree. It's a family tree. They get their kratom from it. It's a whole like culture thing, kind of like what goes on in South America with the coca leaves and the plants there. It's an indigenous cultural thing. It has nothing to do with fucking people's addictions that should be dealt with at a healthcare level, not a legislation fucking level. Sorry, Walt, mini rant over.
No problem, man. I was only bringing it up because I'm going to go on mute and let you guys do your thing. I'm just going to listen for a while. But I bought her 150 of these little tablets, and I bought myself 10 of them. And then from there, I'm going to send them over there. And if anybody wants that, they cannot access those in certain states because of certain legislatures, let me know, and I will help you out.
So what is this tablet, if you don't mind me asking? Is it an extract? Is it a concentrate? Is it a...
I'll pull it up and drop it in the chat.
Okay.
I saw there's been a drink going around being sold at gas stations that people are having a hard time kicking, putting the warnings out there because it's apparently a kratom extract. And
so that's where I was headed. There's a thing called 7-OH. It is okay, so just like I referenced the coca leaves in South America, which those people indigenously grow, use, exchange as a greeting. Instead of shaking hands, they exchange coca leaves. It gets them through their it's their thing. It's their cultural thing. And then, but white man shows up, takes it, turns it into cocaine, turns that into into crack, and all the other. Again, people's, what is the word? Not necessarily addiction, drive to make things more intense, I guess. I don't know if that's the way to phrase it, but yeah, it definitely brings out this type of stuff. Plus money. I mean, it's always going to be about the money. And if you can take a leaf and process it down and create a concentrated, synthesized, very intensely addictive, there's problems. And that should be regulated. And that should be controlled, and that should have legislation in that realm of healthcare. And go and look at Chris McMurdy's fucking research and find out that there are different layers. And really a problem.
Yep, it's always a problem when I switch the fucking screens. This OBS is pissing me off. I wish I could just go back to my old setup without it playing some Zack video in the background. An old show.
All right, well, I'm not going to hijack the show. Either way, the website that I did purchase this from is something botanicals. Anyways, I had it on my... Anyways, the website is right there in the Teams chat, and I'm not sure if it's going to bring you directly to the kratom, but it should. And it seems like a pretty decent price for what you get.
Well, again, it's more about what it is and what it would cost you. It definitely is something you have to be careful with, because the type of thing that happens where you just walk in and grab something at a local convenience store definitely can be a problem. Now, where it came from, the company behind it, all that. Like I was with the same company for almost 15 years now that I was getting my kratom from. I had tried many, probably 20 different companies. And the guys that we were dealing with were like, yes, I'm 21. Thank you. I'm trying to check it out right now. The guys that we were dealing with at Mitra Gaia were like, he literally had warehouse for the crap he wouldn't sell. Like he would get it in, do their testing on it, and it either wouldn't have the correct alkaloid profile, or it would have some kind of problem, that in shipping, or anything that made it not worthy of their standards, so it wouldn't get sold. He had a warehouse of that. Yeah, it's when you start getting into the extracts and the concentrates is where you really have to be careful. So, 50 milligrams. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm taking 6. That gives you a point of reference. So, of course, again, leaf versus concentrated is a whole different. That's where you start. You have to be real careful. And that, luckily, I went to the right source early on when I found out about the guy at Mississippi State and his research, and then from there, referenced through a bunch of nice, sane communities of people who were using Mitragaya Kratom on Facebook and on at the time on what's that other thing that was always we did for Pokemon, and everybody quit. WhatsApp. There was a group on there that we had messed with for a little bit, trying to find, the right path through this new unknown thing. We were trying to see if it would help us with our pain and get us off the fucking ridiculous amount of pain medication that Michelle and I were both having to take for our post-rec that we were both in. So it definitely, early on, I found, you just really don't want to mess with extracts, because at that point you can get into an area of getting way too much in your system way too fast. You definitely, it's something you want to start at small amounts, like 1 gram of powder, 2 grams of leaf powder. Step it up as you get to your point that works for you, both mentally, physically, emotionally. It definitely can help you emotionally with things. Again, I'm not a healthcare professional. These are my personal experiences with a phenomenal health healing leaf gift from nature. I'll get you in touch with the guys that I deal with. I can get you a reference through them. Maybe they'll have you a discount or two there, Andrew, if you really want to help this guy out, for sure. But just be careful. Don't get yourselves in trouble. I don't advocate anyone sidestepping the law. Are you kidding?
Well, of course, I would never do that. But yeah, I like helping people, and some people are like, "Oh, I want to accept a gift." I'm like, "Well, tough luck. Don't try to repay me. I'll send the money back." But I do make it very clear, if someone asks me for a loan of a certain amount, then I'm like, "Yeah, this is a loan. This is not a gift. But if it's a gift, then don't even expect me to expect you to send it back." And I do like helping people, so.
I just always assume it's a gift until they can prove otherwise.
Okay. Why?
I'm a little like confused by this website. That it says there's like 80 something reviews. I was going to go read through the reviews, but there's no actual clickable way to read those reviews.
All right, well, I'm going to go back into. I have to use my phone.
You're good. Well, I didn't want to get sidetracked on this site. I'm just saying I'm not. Okay, yeah, look, even this, at least I feel a little better now, because I was a little concerned when I couldn't get to the reviews, but I do see now they do have a big, black, bold statement here right at the bottom, right before you get to like other products they offer, related products, things like that. It does say, this is a kratom extract, not raw leaf. The mitragynine and other alkaloid content in this product are multiple times greater than that of raw kratom leaf, resulting in an increased potency with these extract products. You're advised to consult, blah, blah, blah. Be careful. Do not take kratom extract unless you have taken extract kratom multiple times in the past with no adverse effect. Do not use this product as your first. Oh man, let's move. What happened? Basically, it's saying the same thing I'm telling you. I wouldn't let this be his first dabbling in kratom. After the call, I'll send you a link and help you get something that would be safer as a starting point for someone trying to do what you're trying to help this guy do.
Well, I'm helping Taylor out, and she is trying to help her dad out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you guys to get, like, number one, get a bad taste going like, oh, it did some terrible stuff and can hurt him and da-da-da, because it can. That's what I was afraid of with the extract statement there. I mean, version. And then now I've read the statement, and you hear that even they're telling you, yeah, don't start here. This is not for newbies. So at least that makes me feel better about this site. And as I peruse the site, it's really well made. They got all the correct stuff at the bottom. It looks right. They do seem like I'm trying to find the American Kratom Association stuff that's usually clickable there at the bottom, but I haven't yet. Anyway, definitely we'll get on it after the call.
Yeah, if I'm awake.
For sure.
My eyes are getting.
That's fine. If nothing else, I'll send you the link and the reference to get you into them and get you to the right area of what I've used personally for pain.
Okay. Well, she wanted me to buy her the 150 count, so I did that, and then I bought myself a 10 count just to try them out, and they're all the same potency of 50 milligrams.
Well, as a non-doctor and a non-healthcare professional, I would advise not starting there for you either, even though you're probably a little more of a botanical warrior than she would be or he would be. I would still be careful, Andrew, definitely.
Yeah, I'll probably cut it in half and then just kind of put it into my tea. You know, mixing it up with vitamins and other things and just kind of seeing how it works. But one thing that she did tell me was that for some reason, in her experience, is that it's a really great aphrodisiac, especially for women. And I was like, oh, it sounds good. Then again, I've never tried it before. But the first time I ever saw kratom, well, my buddy, we were on the phone, I don't know, 2 years ago roughly, and he was talking about kratom and something else called iboga, which I don't know much about. Anyways, I was like, kratom, what's that? Blah, blah, blah. And then I actually went into a gas station, and right there at the register, they had kratom. And it was like 3 days later. So like the synchronicity kind of thing. But apparently there's a lot of synthetic kratoms or something like that. And it was super cheap. You get like a whole bottle of like $9 or something. And I was like, oh, I'm not buying that shit. This doesn't seem safe. No, you want some crack for $9? Like, no, I don't. I've just heard a lot of people calling it gas station heroin.
And that's the problem. That's why my state is now idiotically fucked, because one of the officials in the fucking meetings we kept having, because I've been fighting this for going on like a year now, literally. We've had meetings, we've had protests, we've marched on the steps of the fucking courthouse in Baton Rouge. I mean, we've done everything we can to educate these misinformed, ignorant lawmakers who repeatedly kept referring to the synthetic heroin that's readily available at the gas station. Yeah, you're right. There is crap at a gas station that Junior shouldn't be able to fucking walk in and buy. So legislate that for Junior. Don't stop me, a mature, reasonable, fucking responsible adult who's been managing my healthcare pretty fucking well for about 15 years now. Don't take that decision away from me. Take that decision away from Junior, who shouldn't have ever been in the fucking place in the first place. Sorry, rant over again for now.
Yeah, protect the kids. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, well, the problem that I
Mike
saw.
B and Chat been taking it for fucking 11 years. You doing all right, Mike? Robbing liquor stores where you crate them? No. So
Too much kratom. Gotta rub.
that's what I'm saying, dude. It's not, I mean, you can't legislate people's fucking addictions nor their personalities fucking into stores. Stop trying. Stop fucking trying. Get the people the help they need. Get the fucking programs in place. Stop cutting fucking funds to the programs that are already in place. And leave me the fuck alone. Okay, I'll stop. I really will. Muting up. I may have to leave the call.
Well, Walt's getting fired up. Check your blood pressure. So on a lighter note.
Take some kratom.
I downloaded and watched the new Naked Gun movie today, and
nice. I heard good things.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original Naked Guns in over 20 years, but it's from what I remember from those movies. Oh yeah, this might even be better. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it for you, Walt.
Thank you. Zack didn't, so don't you do it.
It's worth watching, though.
Yeah, Zack said it was really good. I think, was that Friday, maybe?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I just realized he's popped back in.
Yes, I didn't realize he had popped out in the first place. So I was ranting.
It wasn't long after he popped out, not long after Andrew came in. He's been gone for a minute.
Explain it. I've been on a fucking tear for about an hour now, it feels like. So I'm trying to calm the fuck down. Yes, Melissa, it is fucked up all the way around. The whole situation. And yes, I realize there are lots of other things that are doable, but not always accessible to a person who lives in a small, tiny town in South Louisiana.
Just a bit outside.
That's another movie I haven't seen in probably 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my regular rewatches back in the VHS and DVD days, though. So I need to go see if that's playing anywhere right now. Seems like there was a second one that was an attempt at trying to be all right, but not as good as this first one.
No,
but not as terrible as some sequels are, if I remember correctly.
Remember, me and my friends used to run around saying, "Fuck you, Joe Boo." You know, looking back now, that maybe wasn't the most sensitive thing to be running around telling each other.
Probably not.
But if you haven't seen Major League, y'all should definitely check it out. Probably just after Charlie Sheen at his rapiest.
Are starting into his rapist, I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
For sure.
He sued, what was it, NBC for kicking him off of whatever that TV show was called. He sued them for $45 million for breach of contract, and he won. $45 million. So in Space Lettuce news, I don't know if this is really Space Lettuce, but it's my Comedy Central kind of thing. This actually might be happening. I don't know. I want to see what you guys think. So the oldest commercial airplane that was traveling the fast was the Concorde, I believe. And now it says the first news article on space.com, New York to Los Angeles in 3 hours? Executive order could make it possible by 2027, reopening the door for commercial supersonic flight. A new executive order repeals a 52-year-old ban on commercial supersonic flights, while new technology can make supersonic flight quieter than ever before. I didn't know that was like an issue with the noise.
That's why they banned it. Yeah. They banned supersonic flight because of the sonic booms. And rather than limiting the decibel level, because the issue is how loud sonic booms are, they just limited the speed. Because we don't want sonic booms. You just can't go over Mach 1, period. So no supersonic flight. Everything has to be subsonic. But until recently, I guess, I mean, makes you wonder just the timing of it all. But I know Sean Ryan just had some guy on that is trying to bring back supersonic flight. So the fact that these two things are timed this way seems just a touch suspect. But if you want to go check out the new Sean Ryan, it's a whole conversation of this guy that's starting a new supersonic, basically plane company, plane business. He's building his own private planes versus going through Boeing or whatever the fuck. I don't guess anybody's building supersonic planes anymore. So he's just trying to do it.
All right, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And continuing on, it says, yeah, supersonic commercial travel, blah, blah, blah. So, flights could cross the Atlantic. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration banned overland commercial supersonic flights in 1973 in response to public pressure over noise concerns. The new executive order, issued on June 6th, so just about a month ago, lifts the ban and lays out a timeline for the introduction of noise-based certification rules for supersonic flights. This move could travel between New York and Los Angeles in almost half, from about 3.5 hours. And then it just, actually, there's not too much left. I'll just finish off with it. Before the ban, the U.S., France, and United Kingdom and the Soviet Union all pursued commercial applications for supersonic aviation technology. But each country's supersonic aircraft created deafening, window-shattering sounds at ground level. The Soviet Union Tu-144 design, meanwhile, depended heavily on loud afterburners for the aircraft to reach Mach 1, 767, which actually is 765.8, but they round up, or faster than the speed of sound. Today, companies like Boom Supersonic create boomless cruise, where an aircraft can fly above 30,000 feet, reach Mach 1, and produce no ground level sounds.
That's it. That's the one. That's the one that Sean Ryan had on. Whoever owns Boom, I'm pretty sure it was the Sean Ryan's last guest.
I actually don't even know who he is, but I'll look him up. Okay, it's the Mach cutoff. Yeah, Boom's aircraft achieved. Boom's aircraft, I guess it's actually the company, achieved this milestone in January 2025 when it completed a test flight that successfully propelled sonic booms upward, causing them to dissipate before reaching the ground. Boom faces competition from Lockheed Martin and its research partner NASA, and so in the form of their X-59, that's the Air Force, by the way, second fastest plane. The X-59 supersonic demonstrator jet. The X-59's design takes the airplane's engines on top of the fuselage, helping to limit the shock waves and the resulting noise that reach ground level. All right, well, that might be the only thing I've ever read on space.com that's like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe probable. But that's my little bit of space lettuce, which isn't really space lettuce, just more aviation and engineering. So, I'm going on mute.
Subspace lettuce. Ha ha ha. That's what's up. Melissa, Accidental Alchemist, saying in chat that her son watched all the Tremors movies back to back yesterday. It was interesting. I did that probably about 6 or 8 months ago. The newest one, or maybe even longer now that I think about it, but the newest one had just hit streaming. And so
that wasn't me.
Sorry,
that was all.
No, I did it. Actually, I thought I was about to just bust out a sneeze, but it actually didn't happen. So anyway, but yeah, I did it and I enjoyed it. I was really shocked at how much I enjoyed that jaunt of movies. The first 2 are great. The first, the third one's where it starts kind of going off the rails. And then the fourth one, they kind of bring it back again and just focus on Bert and his whole psychosis. Yeah, it was fun. I was shocked at how good the others, I had never seen any of the ones after the second one. because I seen the first and second one at the theater because I'm an old fuck. But yeah, that was good. That was good stuff. I hope he enjoyed it. Playing catch up in chat. Jan tastes like perfume to me, by the way, in chat. I see someone. Oh, it was Melissa again. Apparently, I'm looking at Melissa's chat today. Jan tastes like lamp oil. No, it tastes like perfume to me. Not a fan of juniper berry. Mintier than motor water. Sounds like a password if ever there was one.
I think gin makes best cocktails. Like, I'm not a fan per se of straight gin or even like just a gin and tonic, but as far as mixing with and for cocktails, I think gin is my favorite. And maybe it's just because it's the one I can taste the least that makes me want to retch. And at this stage of my life, all hard alcohol pretty much makes me want to retch.
There you go.
I can get it down, a couple shots at least. But it used to be I'd just, grab a bottle and take it to the head and see how long I can drink it before my body starts to kick it back out. Which is not the best way to drink alcohol.
Yeah, it might not be the methodology. No.
What's the name of that one?
Now and then.
Go ahead, please.
What'd you say, Zach?
I've been having a margarita every now and then lately. Maybe two. It's the weekend, and I have zero hangover the next day.
Well, me and tequila don't do it together well. That's always a hangover for me.
Drink and not feel like shit for like 2 days. Like, I drink one beer, and that's guaranteed the next day I'm just done. I'm worthless. But tequila doesn't bother me.
It's exactly what I was about to bring up, and I forget what the name of it is. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like a type of. There you go, mezcal. Yeah, it's very expensive, but you can drink it like it's fucking apple juice.
Yeah,
it's super smooth. And also, when I was over in Rijeka, Croatia, we went to the we had some R&R for 3 days, and we went over. Pretty much everybody went to the Speed Rock Hotel. I'm sorry, Speed Rock Cafe, which is their version of Hard Rock Cafe. And I was just walking around. They didn't want to pay the restaurant prices for booze. And I found this one little spot. Like, every place over there sells liquor, unless it's like a clothing or jewelry shop or something. But I don't speak a single word of Croatian other than fuck, which basically means hello. So anyways, I went in there, hey, buck, and I said, American, pointing to myself, and give me a bottle of that, whatever it was. It was $8 for a fifth of this vodka. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go out to the Speed Rock Hotel, which I keep saying hotel, cafe, and then I was going to sit back with my buddies and have several shots, and I took a sip of it. It tasted sort of like champagne, but it said 80%. It's the only thing on the bottle I could read was 80%. I was like, holy shit. Okay. Or was that 80 proof, 40, whatever the fuck it is. It's just like your standard, but it was like, what the fuck? Like, you could barely tell it was alcohol. And normally drinking straight vodka, no, I'm not doing that shit. Like nasty stuff. But yeah, some countries, they actually know how to make alcohol and chocolate correctly, and ice cream. Like Croatia, Italy, Czech Republic. Yeah, they know what they're doing. In the United States, it's fucking terrible. Oh yeah, you can go down and get a pint of Gilby's vodka for $1.50 or something. Yeah, it's like, well, one of my buddies died from that.
I tried that excuse too, Laura. It doesn't work for me. I hope it worked better for you. But I had the same problem, interestingly enough. Southern Comfort and Fat Girls. I don't know what it is.
So my buddy TJ, he was 23, maybe 24 at the time. And I knew him for quite a long time. And as soon as he turned 21, he was, actually before he was even 21, he was just drinking the cheapest vodka, like 2 pints per day, which is
Whole vodka.
Yeah, like the cheapest Gilbey's or whatever the fuck it's called. And one day I found out from my parents, they called me up and they were like, yeah, TJ died. I was like, what the fuck? How? I said, well, his mom came home because he was still living in his mom's house. And she found him unconscious on the bathroom floor, bleeding out of his mouth. So, 911 situation, brought him over there. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. And it was because of a ruptured trachea. And the doctor was saying that it was, what were his habits? Like smoking weed, bad. I mean, he was pretty overweight too. I mean, he was at least probably 60, 70 pounds overweight. But he said, yeah, drinking cheap alcohol is a very, very common result. So a ruptured trachea is a very common result of drinking very, very cheap hard liquor. Nah, I don't drink hard liquor anymore. It's a rare day at all if I ever do that.
Yeah, pretty sure I'm allergic. I always break out in handcuffs. And fat girls, apparently.
Ron Rico rum. $7.99 a fifth. Back in the day. Probably up to like $10 now. Yep, that was my cheap liquor of choice. Ugh.
Anything McCormick. I think McCormick bottled just about every kind of liquor there was out there on the cheap.
When I was in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, again, we had 3 days of R&R, and I was only 20 at the time. And the captain of the ship, he said, all right, I'm lowering the drinking age to 18. And we were like, oh, no, I was 18. I was like, oh, shit, right on. So I was like, all right, well, fuck it. And he said, I don't want to see anyone bringing back cases of Bacardi because they make it down there. I was like, what the fuck? So what?
What kind of cases did he want to see?
Like no cases. Like you're not not allowed to bring any alcohol back on the ship.
Well, that makes
Even though
sense.
they have alcohol on the ship, but only if they give it to you. Anyway, so I needed to go in, and I didn't have like any shorts or tank tops or like beach clothing at all. So we walked into, they had a Kmart there in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands. And it's the same kind of setup where you just walking into a Walmart, Kmart, or whatever else. But it was on sale. An entire handle, 1.75 liters of Bacardi 151 on sale for $2.99.
Oh, I'd have been dead.
Yes. And I even talked to one of the taxi drivers, actually the first taxi driver. He was just smoking a fucking spliff or something like that. And he was telling us that while he was driving, and he said, oh yeah, when gas prices get too high, what happens is some people will actually take the Bacardi 151 and actually use it for fuel if they can. And I was like, what the fuck? What is going on with this place? But there you go. That's my little story for the night.
Yeah, between the ages of like 18, I suppose. Well, 18 to 21 was that period of time where I thought I was cool because I refused to drink anything under 100 proof. So Bacardi and Southern Comfort, Yukon Jack, and yeah, Everclear, lots of stuff. Anything over 100 proof, but nothing under. Unless it was beer. Beer was fine, but if it was alcohol, it had to be 100 proof or better.
I remember blowing fireballs with Bacardi 151. Just stupid.
Was that like the local sports team?
Yeah.
Indiana Fireballs.
Right. There you go, Kevin. he's got it. Bones Farm, Country Quencher. When I was a kid, teenager, that was the summer. Is we had a water park pass for the local Shreveport water park, Watertown. My cousin and I'd go pick him up. We'd stop at the place that would sell it to us because, that's what that stuff is. That's what Boone's Farm is. That's Kool-Aid for kids. That's not, no grown-ups drinking fucking Boone's Farm.
That's a girly drink. We drank with old hobos drink. We drank Mad Dog 2020.
Yep.
Yeah,
same.
I never could. That was nasty tasting to me. I tried it one time. My buddy had some. I'm like, here, it's just like what you like, that Boone's Farm shit. It's sweet. I'm like, okay. I took one sip and spit that shit out. I'm like, no, that is not the same thing. Sorry. I was an elitist. It had to be Boone's Farm and that Country Quencher. What was the other apple one? Strawberry Hill. Oh,
Strawberry
yeah,
Hill is all
that.
about the Strawberry Hill around here.
Yeah, that was the shit. That was me. And then, once I did start trying to drink a little beer with my buddies here in Franklin that I would visit on summers, it would be like not even a 6-pack and be puking in the bushes and like, fuck all this. And then same buddy was like, here, try smoking this. You'll probably like this. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I feel really good. I don't throw up on my shoes. I'm happy. I'm good. I can stop drinking beer now. And I did. And then I didn't drink again until and that was like when I was probably 18, I quit drinking alcohol completely and then didn't really mess with it because I had a dad who was an alcoholic, huge part of it. And so, yeah, definitely Snow Creek Mary. That's what's up, Mike. But, yeah, when I started hanging out in the casino doing karaoke and, at that point, Michelle and I were drinking, what's the girly drink with the Cointreau, and it's in a wine glass. It's really, really feminine drink, but I was drinking the hell out of them because they tasted good. Damn it. Come on, help me. It's pink. It's in a champagne glass. It's got Cointreau in it. Damn it.
I don't know.
Cosmopolitan. All
right.
Michelle was drinking those, and I took a sip of one time, and it was like, oh, that's pretty tasty. So that was kind of my lubrication to get my nerve up to go sing karaoke. And then started winning the karaoke competitions, which gave us a pass to the local, the little casino, club auditorium where the bands would come, and whoever, whatever 80s band was on their way down and out, they would come to the casino kind of thing. That's how we saw Rat without any of the original members and Quiet Riot without any of the original members and shit like that. And we would, have the free drink tickets that would come as part of that. And that was pretty much what I was drinking in that little period was Cosmos. And then we started doing getting there a little earlier to hit the happy hour with the margaritas. And that was a bad mistake. That was not good for me. Me and tequila do not get along. That was when I would get really goofy and silly and usually not win the competition when I was drinking that shit. And then we just kind of got out of all that. And most of it truly was flat earth. When I started doing the shows on Friday nights, I quit doing karaoke on Friday nights. And from there, just quit drinking altogether again. And now when we visit those same groups of friends that we used to do the karaoke with, and they're barbecuing and drinking, and we go, I guess it's been a minute. Make me a margarita. Just regret it the next day. You either have to really drink or really not. You can't really kind of half-ass at it. You got to be serious about it. Ride, that's what's up, Daz. Quiet Ride in 83. Yeah. Listening back to that album now, it was my go-to. That album during that period was in my car all the time. My cousin's car all the time. We listened to that album religiously. And at the time, it was yeah, Carlos, you're a good guitar player, but not great. And now listening back, it's oh, wow. Yeah, Carlos was just getting it done. He really was just getting it done. Anyway, that still would have been the time to see him for sure. I say there were no original members. I believe that the drummer, Frank Benali, is that it? God, is that right? My God, I think that is right. He was still there. I have drumsticks. Spell that. Yeah, that's it. Frankie Benali. I think he's passed away though since then, since we saw him. Yep, he died in August of 2020. Thought I remember seeing that. I still headbang when I hear it on the radio too. I just don't listen to the album, like the whole album, not just the songs on the radio, but like the whole album. Like it was in rotation. It was one of those that never came out kind of thing. Never came out of the CD player. I mean the cassette player. We don't do breaks anymore, Mike. We've quit breaking.
Alcohol and drinking and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to share my screen. It's a very short video from Parks and Recreation with Ron Swanson. I love that TV show, first of all, but this is like one of the ones where, here, if you guys haven't seen this, well, here you go.
Tammy? Ronnie?
What's going on?
Welcome to the Battle Royale. Right here, right now. Operation Soaring Falcon is in its final stages.
It's time to settle this. An old-fashioned prairie drink-off.
Oh, what's in that jug? It smells like jet fuel.
That's Swanson family mash liquor, made from the finest corn ever grown on American soil. Its only legal use is to strip varnish off of speedboats.
If you win, he's all yours. And if I win, I bring him back to the farm for good.
Wait, what? That wasn't the deal.
Pour it. I'm thirsty.
Pour me one too, then. Let me in here. I'm gonna join you, and if I win, Ron stays here with us.
Leslie, no, don't drink that. We use it to burn warts off of the mules.
Poison! Oh, I made a mistake.
Had enough of this watered-down baby formula? Not even close.
Marvin Close. Glenn Close.
Leslie, you don't have to do this.
Go to bed, Jimmy. I can't feel my face. My face is numb. What is that? Everybody pants now. Pants.
She's had enough.
Pants.
Call it off.
That's not how it works. She's out.
Wait, I'm subbing in.
April, no. That stuff will melt the shell off a garden snail.
Whatever. I'm Puerto Rican. I can handle it.
Okay, this ends now.
Yeah.
Mom, you're going back to the farm. And you? You're going back to hell.
Fine. I got what I came for anyway. I found your...
And there you go.
Yeah, that was it. Just a funny little clip from Parks and Recreation.
I love Ron Swanson.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Ravenlock's got her jean jacket signed by Kip Winger. That's what's up. Did he blind you with his teeth? I will say, while I'm not a huge fan of most sitcoms, I enjoy Parks and Recreation completely and utterly, and have gone through the whole series at least 3 times.
As I'm out, I love you.
All right, love you, Zack. Have a good day. Be safe.
Have a good day. Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't let them get you, Pat. Don't let them piss you off.
Another sitcom that has come out recently, well, been renewed again, is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And yeah, they're taking it to the same exact level as before. It's just a little different, but either way, yeah, it's worth watching. I've only seen the 3 episodes so far, but yeah, check it out.
Yep. What the hell else is going on around here? Seems like I had stuff to talk about, but I forgot what it was.
All right, I've got a question.
All right.
I'm getting a little stoned right now. I hope that's okay.
We'll see.
Anyways, if you were to create a new political party, what would you call it and why?
Why what?
Well, why would you call it that? Because I'm running for president in 2028. So I need to have some affiliation with something. Right? I mean, I would have... Or just independent, not... I don't even fucking know. Like the Andrew Baker Party or something? Stupid question.
I'm trying to think.
I've lost my down floater. Am I muted or not?
Nope.
Okay, so I can't find the mute button, but yeah, I don't know that I would have a party. My party would be like, "Yay, it's over!" That would be my party. Yay, it's over! We ended that fucking stupid mind control bullshit.
Man, I have a feeling we're going to get rained out. This just
I'm sorry, brother.
It was the wrong, not my crew.
Because we would be the most important. We would be the key voting block. Called a block key party.
All right. But the main principle I'm going to be running on, and by the way, I still have no idea how to do this, but I guess there's a certain process that people have to go through in regards to certain delegates, or I don't know, I got to look it up, but and I got to create a website and let myself be known for at least a little tiny bit. I already have like 15 people that said they'll vote for me. I'm like, cool.
Well, shit, that's more than most of those fuckers ever get.
Yeah, that's just that. And if I ever won the presidency, I would resign immediately, or I would be the most corrupt president in history, and then I would resign.
Well, who's your running mate? Because that's gonna...
that'd be Chris Crump. Chris Crump would be my running mate.
So if you resign, so he's going to be de facto president, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a goof. It's sort of like one of those things on a bucket list where I can even put that on my resume, meaning that I was a presidential candidate for the 2028 electoral, whatever the fuck you call it. It's not voting. It's just something to fuck around with. Apply to McDonald's as a fucking fry cook or something. Like, yeah, I was going to be the president, by the way. There are certain things. That's actually an interesting question for all three of you gentlemen, along with people in chat. If you had only one thing on a bucket list, sort of like, unfortunately, my cousin Julia died of brain cancer when she was 12, and Make-A-Wish Foundation sent her to Hawaii to swim with dolphins. If you had that, not necessarily, brain cancer, but like you had one thing, no expenses whatsoever, or you just do whatever you want, what would it be?
Interestingly, it'd be a black key party.
I don't know.
A bucket item. Like, I don't know if you can call one thing a list, but a bucket item. Like, what would be the very top of your bucket list, I suppose, is the question.
Oh, you don't really want to know. It's a little twisted. Actually, fuck it.
We've all wanted to hunt humans at one point in our life.
Well, that's kind of on the line of it. I would pick certain people, like all of the Clintons, as an example, and they would have to skydive with me, but they weren't allowed to have parachutes. Stuff like that.
Or like Fandango Roulette. Everybody gets a parachute, but one of them is filled with dirty laundry. The rest get parachutes.
Well, no, mine actually is a real parachute. I'll have a backup parachute too, but no, they don't even get parachutes.
Well, it's your fucking bucket, top of your bucket list. I would assume it doesn't necessarily apply to you. Unless this is how the very end, maybe it's the bottom of the bucket list, and maybe you get the parachute with dirty laundry in it, but at least you've completed your bucket list.
It's making me think of The Big Lebowski when he throws out the ringer. Oh yeah, it's my dirty undies. It's just it's an interesting thing to think. I'm being sarcastic right now, but I have to think about it in more detail. But it would probably be, I'd have to think about it.
Well, since they probably wouldn't let me in the Vatican vaults, I guess I'd have to choose something else.
Sorry, Walter.
No, you're cool. Probably jamming on stage with like my band, like jamming, not just, get up and do one song, like jamming every fucking, like the whole concert, playing guitar, singing, the whole 9 yards. And I mean, since Mark is doing the Creed thing right now, I could step in, and take over for a tour. Just saying, putting it out there, guys. Walt's ready. Walt's available. Let me know. Reach out.
Actually, Walt, you just, that's a pretty good bucket list. And that would be, if I was a musician, I would say, pick my favorite band and to go on tour with them. And even though I can't play an instrument and I can barely sing, I can sing a little bit, but yeah, I would just pick a band and be like, yeah.
Sling a tambourine with the best of them, I bet, Andrew. I have faith in you.
Or to have a naval expedition, go over to the shoreline of Antarctica, and then with the port side, left side of the ship, and then travel across it around it in a clockwise manner. And for me, that would definitively prove flat or globe Earth. but that would cost probably in the billions of dollars. But that's what I would do. That's my ultimate proof that I would use.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. That's a good one. So now, would it be enough of a get for it to be your final thing? Like if they told you, yeah, we'll take you to that place and we'll let you see all the little secrets you want to know about, but you'll never get to tell anybody.
You'll never get to leave.
You never get to leave. You're
that's
be...
not fair. Oh.
It's a one-way ticket.
Like Hotel California.
So I can't come back like Duffy and make a documentary about it and lie every step of the way. Yeah, I don't know if I would go with that one. I would definitely have like a law firm supporting me. But when I talk about this, and I know I've mentioned it before, if you go down to the AE map as an example, if Antarctica is indeed a circular type of ice wall, shelf, or shore, whatever, if you're going around it in a clockwise manner, Antarctica will always be on the left-hand side if you're going clockwise, as long as you can keep it within eyesight, or at least something close to it. But if it's the shape that they say it is, basically meaning just a large continental island, if you're going around it in the same exact clockwise manner, it'll be on the starboard side. So it's opposite. I don't need to fucking look at the sun or the stars or the fucking anything else. No, just do that. So that would be mine. Yep, I'm putting that in stuff. And by the way, my primary thing I'm going to be running on when I run for president is the disassembling of NASA the very first day I get in. I'll give them a couple weeks, for people to, start to look for new jobs and stuff. But no, that's it.
Now you're not going to do that before they get their nuclear reactor going there on the moon, are you?
I
guess it made me laugh so much. I haven't even dropped any of that. Like I've seen probably 5 stories go by talking about this whole new push. I may have dropped the first one, and then after that, it was like, oh, come on, people, please stop. I can't even believe we're trying to pretend like such a thing will ever happen at this point when they can't even get back to the moon in the first fucking place. But no, we're not just going back. We're going to build a fucking nuclear reactor on it. I guess when you mix all your fantasies into one big fantasy, it supports itself better or something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I didn't even drop a story.
Well, I know I've read it out loud before, and I've actually read this to my class.
No, there it is.
My breakup letter to NASA.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I mean, I thought it was pretty well versed.
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna mail it in, but I was like, I'm already got enough lists. I don't know if I want to put myself on like a really serious list.
Interesting date they chose for their fake shit. They're planning to fast track and to build that nuclear reactor on the moon by 2030. Just a coincidence, I'm sure.
For my bucket list item, I'd want to have all the NASA buildings, just the signs, not the buildings or the stuff inside, but all the signs outside the building, all hooked up to an Acme plunger. And I want to push the plunger that blows all the signs off those buildings.
It's like a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner in Acme. All right.
I was envisioning more like the final scene out of Fight Club.
Oh, all the credit card companies. All right.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, I like all of it. Wile E. Coyote blowing up the buildings in Fight Club.
What about being able to go into the bottom of the the Vatican and getting to peruse for as long as you want.
Yeah, I could blow that up too. No, yeah. I would love to go down there, but it's not like I can read Greek or Italian or any of that shit. So it would kind of be wasted on me, you know, unless there was a translator down there turning it all to English for me.
Oh, wow. I don't know how I missed this. Apparently Jim Lovell has died.
Who?
I saw that.
He was one of the Apollo 13 astronauts. He is now passed away at the age of 97. This was 2 days ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. But
Wasn't he one of the ones that they splashed down with, I think? Wasn't he one of the splash crews or something? Or was he part of the Houston We Have a Problem? Something about his name just is sticking more than some of the others. He must have been one of those. Is that who Hanks played? Maybe. I think that is what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Hanks was him.
Tom Hanks made the movie. What was in the movie? Okay, Apollo
13. Yep, and he was Lovell. I just looked it up because it just has to be right, and it is.
I've watched that movie once. I didn't think it was good back then, much less now.
I was going to say, even when it was a new movie and I still thought NASA was the shit and I wanted to be an astronaut, I didn't enjoy that movie. It was boring as fuck to me. And I guess the telling thing is the fact that they couldn't even make that situation into a movie that I cared about as a younger person that was into all that, you know? So that should tell you that there's so much fakery they can't even make the fake movies entertaining. Or is that their justification? Well, it has to be real because it looks so fake. Where have I heard that? I don't know. Seems familiar though. Seems like something a fucking asshole would say.
That was one of my trivia questions last night. Or
was that? Oh man, I knew that was something that I saw and didn't realize what day it was. Yeah, I was doing the grandkids out for the evening on Saturday night, so I definitely missed it. I do apologize. How did it go?
There wasn't a whole lot of participants, but it is different than the way I used to do it with Melodome. And Melodome, it was like everyone gets 2 attempts at it, and then now it's just I do it in Discord, and if everyone gets 1 attempt, they have to say their name, like Andrew, and then it's okay, what's your answer? And then if you get it right, cool, they get a point, and then there are prizes involved as well. And now it's being hosted by Alan on Space Audits, but he wasn't promoting it well enough. So I don't know how many people. I think we had like 12 people in Discord. Half of them were participating. Half of them were just wanting to listen. And then other people on YouTube, they were participating quite a bit. But I can only do one thing like that at a time. It's very difficult to monitor chat, read the questions, and make sure people are on point. But it was all right. Not my most successful one. But the next one I'm going to be hosting will, again, be on Tinfoil Sombrero, and it'll be the 3rd and final match between Alex and Crumb. But now it's a 2v2. The girlfriends get to be involved. And it's going to be all music trivia again. So if anyone has any questions you'd like me to submit, I could certainly use the help.
definitely sounds like the one I would be more like in line with. Would be the musical one for sure. For sure.
Well, you did help me out with the first one, and that was what are the names of the two animals that Ozzy Osbourne bit the heads off of on
Right
stage.
on. That's true.
And neither one of them got that, so I might have to add that one in there
Well,
again.
we got to re-question that because one of them was on stage, the other was at a press conference when he was signing his contract.
He did it at a press conference?
Yeah, it was it was a meeting. Fuck? It was a meeting for signing his contract. I don't think the press was technically there. It was him and Sharon there in a room with the executives for, I don't know if I don't think it would have been her dad's company. Maybe it was when he went from Jet Records to, let's look it up so I don't say the wrong shit, because now I can't remember. Okay.
So, does anyone know?
He bit off during a meeting. Yeah, it was when he went from Jet Records to CBS. That's what I thought. Okay, so yeah, during a meeting, he bit the head off of a pigeon with CBS executives. So it's two different things. The bat incident was during a live concert when the lights went up. The bat got stunned and fell into the audience. An audience member threw it up on stage. Ozzy assumed it was a fake rubber bat because shit was constantly being thrown up on stage. So he picked it up and bit it. He knew the minute he bit into it that it wasn't a fucking prop and that he was probably going to have some shots. And he did. He had all the rabies shots and shit later. But the dove incident wasn't an accident. Sharon had made a plan of like these doves flying off in the big celebration of, signing with CBS, because Jet Records was her father's company. Sharon Osbourne's dad's. Sharon. Damn it, what was her original name? Arden. Sharon Arden. Her dad's company was Jet Records. That's Ozzy's first label. So when they moved to CBS Records is when this all happened. Anyway.
What was Ozzy Osbourne's cause of death? I know I could probably look it up very quickly, but I'm not by my computer at the moment.
Like the official cause of death?
Yeah, like Hulk Hogan died of heart attack.
I thought he was murdered is what I was just seeing in chat when ago. Now they've called off his, no, not Ozzy, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they were talking about it in chat. I didn't talk about it, but they were talking about it in chat that they've called off Hulk Hogan's cremation apparently because of the potential for some type of foul play related to, I believe, Scientology is what I saw in chat. Guys, catch me up. Send me a link. I don't have a clue about any of this. Ozzy Osbourne did die of a heart attack according to his death certificate.
I got a question for you, Andrew. Trivia question.
Sure.
What band gave a new definition for the word happiness?
Band, not like a solo artist.
Nope, they're a band.
Happiness. I'm going to go out on a. I'm going to say it's I'm going to say it's a 60s band, maybe 70s band, and Jefferson Airplane.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And that's the credit if you know what happiness is, according to this band.
I know what it is.
Don't tell me it's something like
I'm not
Iron Maiden or something.
Spoil that.
Oh.
No, far from Maiden. Although, I guess, Country Mates, maybe.
There's been tens of thousands of bands throughout just the United States. So, popular band, you're saying, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely popular. I believe Laura is on the correct track, as is Justin Villantano there in chat. Don't look, Andrew.
I'm not.
I'm just propping up the good answers there in chat.
I don't cheat on anything.
I'm
I gotta go. I love you.
Love you, brother.
Love you.
All right, Zach.
Good luck. Have fun. Be safe.
I know the
Oh, look at
answer, so don't panic. I do know the answer.
He was just, wow. He was just fucking with me. All right.
No, I got you an answer right when you're ready.
All right.
So does Daz
Maybe
is on it.
Sublime, maybe?
No, you're way too recent.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Like 60s and 70s. Fuck, it's a Jefferson Airplane. I hope it's not a band I don't like.
I don't really know if you like this band or not, Andrew. I really don't. It's usually a band that some people either love them or don't care at all about it. I do know that.
All right.
Either you love them or you don't give a shit at all. That's usually how most people fall with this band. And if you like this band,
Led Zeppelin.
If you like this band, you're probably not a big Elvis fan. But if you liked Elvis, you're probably not a big fan of this band. I'm trying to give you as many clues as I can.
Oh, shit. It's like the Forrest Gump kind of thing. Fuck. I'm at a loss. I wouldn't know.
It would be Happiness is a Warm Gun. No, not ringing a bell. Happiness is a Warm Gun from the White Album. From the White Album.
Oh, the Beatles?
Yeah, the Beatles.
Shit.
Number 9.
Why wasn't I fucking...
Number 9.
Man.
Number 9.
Well, yeah,
Number 9. Oh, that's great. No, Regina, it was not. What was his name? McFarlane? No. Yeah, Bobby McFarlane. The Don't Worry, Be Happy guy. Was that him? Is that right? What was his fucking name? It's their best song. It's one of them. It's definitely one of them. I don't know though. I kind of like. I don't know. It's tough. That's right up there. I really like While My Guitar Gently Weeps though quite a bit.
All right. So one of the trivia questions.
That pretty much is one of my best favorite albums though. And I got that album from a friend who bought the album and then hated it because he wanted it to sound like the 60s, the 50s, the harmonies and the hold her hand and all that stuff. He kind of had lost the thread when they turned hippie and started doing their own thing like that. So anyway, go ahead. What was your thing, sir? Blackbird, great song, Laura. Fucking phenomenal song.
In regards to the Beatles, I did ask this question and Lowry got really close, but Crumb got it like very quick. I have no idea how. But the music trivia question was, what was the last album of the Beatles and when was it released?
Oh.
Crumb got it like so quick. He wasn't even thinking about it. And I know he wasn't cheating because I saw the reflection in his...
I mean, okay, are we talking about when they were alive or when they were together or when they started re-releasing shit? Because I know they came out with that album back in the probably the 90s. No, actually that was more like later, like in the 2000s. There was some album they came out, quote unquote, with that was like during the time of some kind of documentary. What was it called? That's probably the answer you're looking for, is that album that came out like in the 20s. That was...
No, this is back when they were all together still.
So when they were still all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would have been Abbey Road then.
Incorrect. That's what Lowry said, but no. It was one album after that.
Well, then I don't know. Then you're in an era of what that I couldn't take. Well, wait, was Let It Be after that? Wait, let me think
that
one
is
through.
correct. And
let me think it through. Well, see, but to me, Let It Be was a movie. It really wasn't an album. That was a soundtrack to me, because Let It Be was all, I mean, they were making quote unquote an album, but then they released the movie as a fucking movie as they released the album. So to me, that's more of a soundtrack. But yeah, I guess Let It Be did come out in what, like 71, 72, something like that?
70.
Oh, there you go. And then I guess what Abbey Road, 68, 69, something like that.
I think it was 68.
There
Maybe
you go.
69.
One Plus. That's the album I was thinking that probably is going to be the Google answer. That one that came out like in the, oh, wow, 2015? That came out that recent? I thought that was more like early 2000s, late 90s. What was the one I'm thinking about?
Strawberry Fields.
No, it was one of those like not compilation. There's a word. It almost hit. I almost saw the anthology. That was what it was. Or was that the Led Zeppelin thing? The anthology, big collection that came out later. Anyway, we're rambling. But yes, I get it. Let It Be. I'll give you that one.
I mean, I just looked it up, and that's the information I was just trying
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. I saw Let It Be in the theater in like 82, 3, something like that, when it went back through the theaters. It would have been after John died, I know, because I kind of rekindled a lot of the Beatles for hey, my mouth is done. It said later, we're done. Take more breaks. That's what my mouth said.
Well, I'm not going to actually ask trivia questions so much, but I'm going to give you guys the answers to it and just see what you guys think about these two different things. And one of the questions was the world record for the longest guitar solo. This is Guinness World Records. You know, they have to be there.
That's not real.
Well,
putting out an attempt at a record as a solo, quote unquote, isn't the same as doing an album. I mean, a song that has a solo in it, and it being the longest solo. To me, that's two different things. Because we've discussed this before. The longest solo,
25 hours, 55 minutes.
Right. That's not a song. That's a performance for doing a record. That's not, that's an attempt at a world record. That's not, hey, I'm feeling artistic and I'm going to create a piece of music and it just happens to have a 20-minute solo in it. That's different to me than doing a purposeful attempt at a record. How about that? What's the longest guitar solo in a song? That'd be like the better, different song, the different. You know what I'm saying?
Not with Metallica, even though they've done some pretty long guitar solos.
Fish.
What was it?
Fish.
Gish. Oh, Fish. Yeah, you're probably right. Or Jerry Garcia, one of those.
I was gonna say Fish or the Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely. I won't even look it up now because I'm sure that's correct. There you go. On The Song Remains the Same, Jimmy's solo is effectively 28 minutes long. So that to me would be a recorded solo that was, I don't know. You get my difference though. I mean, I know Justin does in chat. I don't even have to go look. Let me go see.
See, I don't know what the technicalities are for it, because if someone is just holding the guitar and they're slowly, strutting the strings a little tiny bit here and there, not necessarily doing anything that's out of tune, just like basically doing power chords for 25 hours, 55 minutes. Is that what it is? 25 hours? 55 minutes? Yeah. So would that be considered a guitar solo, just playing power chords?
No, that's not a guitar solo. A guitar solo is a solo performance that hasn't, it's away from the chord progression of the song. It may be played over the chord progression of the song, but it is a separate part of the song. The rhythm guitarist doesn't get soloing credits.
Okay, and then the other one, which is more ridiculous. So the question was, what is the current Guinness World Record for the longest marathon drumming by an individual for, short breaks were allowed to use the restroom.
Well, then it don't count. No, that's don't count. I'm
Yeah, see, I don't know how they come up with this stuff, right? So I mean, what do the rules differentiate? But it's 150 hours in 1 minute. That's absurd.
I guess, I mean, if you hand him a bottle, like hand him a Coke bottle, and he can stand up and still tap on his bass drum or his hi-hat while he's taking that leak, I guess it would count. But other than that, then that's not really a... Would you please, ma'am, can I help you? Is there something I can do for you? Oh, I haven't given y'all any kitty cam this morning. My apologies.
When it comes
here. Cleo's here.
Kitty cam.
Well, if she'll let me, she's on the controls. Come on, Cleo. Ooh, girl. Oh, wrong camera. Sorry. There she is. There's Miss Badness. There you go. Her only friends can't. Only friends.
Oh yeah,
only
I can
fans.
see that one. Showing it right to the camera.
She's so bad. She's such a bad girl in the morning. Yeah, she does bad stuff. Stuffs on his keyboard, mutes his mic. Yeah, because she's just bad. My little survivor. Yes, she is. She's the only kitten we still have from the first litter. Spot passed away and Nacho disappeared when she was outside. So she's the last of the first. Huh, you're the last of the first, huh, crazy girl? A crazy girl. Maybe daddy. Maybe daddy. Oh, she said, leave me alone. Leave me alone. She was causing a ruckus while ago on my amp over in the corner. I looked over there and she was batting down at somebody. She had Mama trapped in the corner, being mean. Being a mean girl. Yeah, you.
Have you ever had any issues with them chewing on cords? That's an understatement, right?
This, I swore I would never jam a fucking wireless earbud into my fucking ears after we read that story about the voice of God crap that they can do. I swore I would never put these in my head. But after the third or fourth pair of headphones that I paid for, good ones that I really spent some good money on because I was using them to play my guitar through as well, I said, hey, you know what? I'm tired of buying the cats expensive fucking headphones to chew up. So headphone cords, guitar power cords. So far, they never chewed through an actual guitar cable. I guess the thickness of it, and most of the time the ones I buy anyway, have like a weave on it, like a sheathing or whatever. See, it's like nylon. Oh, wait, wrong camera. It's nylon on it, like cloth. So they don't ever chew through these kind of cables. But power cables to the pedals and stuff. Like my first pedal board I put together, I didn't know better. I didn't know about power supplies really. I used one of those daisy chain. So you get a wart. Oh, wait, let me turn off my camera. You get a wart that plugs into the wall, and then instead of just one long cable with a plug at the end of it, it's a long cable with multiple plugs that branch off that you plug in multiple effects pedals with. And I spent probably 2 weeks trimming the end one off, then trimming the next end one off till it was down to just being a short little cable with one tiny plug left on it that they had chewed the wires through. So yeah, I gave up at that point on all of that. I bought a power supply that I could like rig underneath the bottom of my pedal board with zip ties, then run short cords to the actual pedals without having straggling things laying around for them to chew on. And then I keep that in a bag when it's not actually being used, which is most of the time because it's just a big pain in the ass to go dig out of the bag and plug in. Most of the time I just grab my non-sponsored Positive Spark Mini. Every amp you ever wanted, all in a self-contained carry handle. You won't get one this nice. This is a special Steve Vai edition with the Mandela on the front and the orange Tortex. I mean the maroon Tortex on it. You won't get that one unless you pay for it. I don't know if they still have them actually. I think they sold out on them. I know they sold out on their the Zack Wild version that came out because I wanted it. And they sold them out and I couldn't get one. But when that one hit pre-order, I ordered it because I've been wanting one. Anyway, yeah. Cats do chew up cables. They don't do it now like they used to do it as much. Like every now and again, I'll leave like a phone charger dangling off the table here, or there's one I'm using in the bathroom. It's basically it's the cord from my rechargeable razor in there, but it's actually just like a plug for your phone. It's just got, a different end. So when I unplug it, it kind of hangs off the edge of the counter sometimes, and I'll find them batting at it, trying to get at it, so I'll hide it again. So they still have that drive. If it's a dangling cord, they'll try to get it, and I've become pretty conscious to keep them from doing it. That being said, my external speakers have quit working in my computer room here. Only headphones. Well, at first I was hoping, I thought something was going on with the wiring because the left side stopped working. And then when I traced it out, it was still plugged in. I was like, oh, they must have viewed it somewhere during the length of the wire. So I didn't ever go and unplug it and trace it all the way through. And before I could ever attempt to do that, the other one stopped working. So at that point, I was hoping it might have been a driver issue, but Paul and I kind of went over that Saturday, maybe. Yeah, no. It might have been Friday evening, actually. Yeah, Friday evening. I went into my system and dug around and played with stuff. And it was like, yeah, if you're getting sound through your earbuds, then it's definitely, your drivers are good. It's got to be something physical with your speakers. Like, yeah. Probably the cats down over there behind the table. They found their wire. But it's fine. I can hear y'all. Hi, Bender. Good morning. Bender's here, he said. Come see me, buddy. Come say hey to everybody. Come on. Yeah, come on.
And it's always a good idea to have some backup charging cables if you have rabbits.
There he is. Oh, yeah, I bet. There he is, Patty. There he is. Showing off your biscuits. Turn around. Turn around, badness. There's the bad boy, for sure. He's good when he's asleep. He's a good boy when he's sleeping in daddy's lap. But otherwise, he's chasing the girls around, being a butt. Yeah, being a brother. Being a brother. He does it well. With his 8-foot tail. All right, that's enough kitty butt cam. Kitty butt cam. Boy, write that down, Sherry. If Sherry showed up or not. Hey, buddy, you back? You back? Thank you. Paper, though. Paper? Oh, my goodness. Not just paper. Plastic. Ripley eats tinfoil. You know how they tell you put tinfoil on a counter or a table or whatever they're getting on. It'll keep them from getting on it. Yeah, Ripley said watch. Hide and watch. She eats the freaking tinfoil that I have on the little side table I have to the left of me here. It's all gone except for the middle where the stuff that's sitting on that table is. That's the only tinfoil she hasn't managed to chew off and eat. Because she's a nut. Not so bad. Not so bad. So have you signed up for your rabbit volunteer work yet, Andrew?
Not yet, but I still have that. Actually, I lost the webpage. Etc. Install drivers, and then I had to close all that. But I'm going to.
Should be in this chat. I'm pretty sure I shared it with you in this chat a couple of weeks ago. You have to scroll back a little ways, but I do believe it's there. Otherwise, it was East Bay, I think. East Bay Rabbit Rescue, I believe is what she'd said.
Well, yeah, my zip code is 95111, but here in the Bay Area, 50 miles isn't really a long distance if it's on a weekend. But aside from that, yeah, it would have to be fairly close because traffic, the San Jose type of, southern Silicon Valley area has the third worst traffic in the country, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So it would definitely have to be somewhere, well, Monday through Thursday, I work 12-hour shifts, so I have to make time for it. And maybe get a new girlfriend, because my current girlfriend, she's just so flaky. It's just like it's an on and off thing, even though she's an animal lover herself. But she's also a nymphomaniac. So it doesn't last long. Anyways, I'm not going to get into my own personal bullshit like that. But gentlemen, it's been a blast. I am.
Oh yeah, it is that time. Actually.
It is that time. Holy shit.
Yep, I am falling asleep. But I teach from home today, so.
Oh well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Better type something for y'all. I don't know what that means. Well, apparently he typed something else. I didn't even see the other one. Did not see the other one.
All right, I'll be listening in the background, but for the time being.
All right, brother.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, man. Love you. Take care.
Cheers.
Yeah, we've only got about 4 minutes.
So on a plane, mentioning a pig nose amp. I tried one of those in a pawn shop probably 35, 45 years ago, and it wasn't distorted enough for the type of music I was wanting to play at the time, which was like Metallica and Megadeth and stuff like that. Now, if I had a pig nose, I would appreciate it a whole lot more than I would have in my early days of trying to get that really overly driven, distorted, chunky noise that you can't really get in a pig nose. But yeah, this one I would probably, now that you mentioned that, I may go looking around to see if I can't find a cheap one. The trick with the one I showed you a while ago is the fact that it's like literally you can look up anybody's amp tone and someone has recreated, because there's such a amount of stuff in that app, not the amp itself, but the app that you access it with. But yeah, pig nose, interesting. Valentino has that electric down to drop C. That's what's up, brother. Teaching me aerials. You'll have to, because that's one of my favorite songs. The only Deftones I probably could pick up and play would be My Own Summer. Most likely would be the only one I could get like that. The rest I would have to mess with again. It's been too many years. Did you hear the new song? If we were still playing a break song, I would definitely have played that by now.
Yeah, it throws me off not having music to play.
Yeah, me too. You better just call Billy Ray and say we can't fix that. Get us a station, fucker.
Do it. Just do it.
Do it. All right, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out on this Monday morning.
Always a good time.
Yes, Bender. I know what time it is, sir. I know. He does too. That's why he's yelling at me. Oh, you know sick, don't you? Don't you, buddy? All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for hanging out for sure this morning.
Definitely. Make sure you come back on Wednesday, because chances are we'll be here. I think we've had full signal all morning. That's like 2 or 3 in a row. Believe it or not.
I'll say we play a song and see if it goes off. I'm kidding. It's over now.
Yeah, we've got exit music coming up, but they don't ever hit us for that. Iron Fist. We've been using Iron Fist for way back.
Yeah.
But we do love you guys. Do enjoy the rest of your week. There it is. And we will be back here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, kicking off at 4 a.m. Central. Just check out the ironrealmmedia channel on YouTube. Hell, we're on Rumble too. So you wouldn't know it to look.
Yeah, I never open it hardly anymore. I forget.
All right, be good, be well, do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.